Hello everybody, welcome to my channel today. For all my regular subscribers, hello and welcome back. And for all my new subscribers or new visitors to my channel today, hello, my name is Justine, welcome to my channel. I am 40 something and I post videos a couple times a week on beauty, makeup reviews, skincare, a little bit of travel, a little bit of lifestyle, that sort of stuff. So if that's something that interests you, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. Now today's video is so exciting to me. This is my 500 subscriber video. I cannot believe it. I started YouTube not even a year ago, and it was just kind of something fun I thought I might do because I enjoyed watching YouTube. I'm actually kind of late to the game of even watching YouTube. I started in December of 2016. My husband is a huge fan of YouTube. He looks at it all the time and was always encouraging me to look, but I was just busy with other things and I just didn't really know what it was all about, but he often relied on it for reviews. And he buys items and he always looks at YouTube reviews, and he always suggested for me to do the same. But I just couldn't really be bothered. And then I looked at it when I was buying bigger ticket items, and then I found it extremely useful. But I never thought in a million years of looking at beauty items. And then slowly but surely I started getting sucked in, of course starting off with Tati Westbrook, and I was hooked. And then I started watching it more and more and started thinking, you know, I actually wouldn't mind doing something like that. I was kind of in a place in my life where I was looking for a hobby. I'm a former fitness competitor, and that took up a lot of my time, so I was looking for something new to keep me busy. And I thought, you know, maybe I'll just give it a try. So last September I posted a video. I just bought a vintage Louis Vuitton clutch bag. It was a cosmetic bag. And my mom is really good at fixing things up, and she put a strap on it for me, and I thought I would share with you guys how she did that. And it started from there, and from there on I started posting makeup things that I had bought and all that kind of stuff. And I actually haven't, and to this day I haven't really told any of my friends. I think I've told maybe 3 friends, and one of those is a friend slash family member. So I haven't really told many people about it because I just wanted it to be my own personal thing, and I wanted people to watch me because they wanted to, not because obligatory, because they're my friend. So to get 500 subscribers by not promoting myself or asking friends and family, I am so pleased with myself. I know it's not just some YouTubers who have millions or even, you know, 10,000. 500 is nothing, but for me it is a huge accomplishment when I just did it on my own, and like I said, I haven't promoted myself. So thank you so much for joining me and subscribing to my channel, and I guess people like my stuff that I'm posting, so I'm going to continue on. I kind of gave myself a goal of if I didn't reach 500 people by 1 year, then I would give it up or kind of see how it was. And I will tell you, there were times when I would get very frustrated when you are such a small channel and you have so few subscribers. You know, when I had like 10 and you'd get up to 11, and then the next day I would see I was back down to 8. So it was really discouraging at times, and there was many times when I just thought, why am I bothered doing this? And my mom would always say, you're doing it because you're having fun. If you're not having fun, then don't do it. So I kind of just plugged away at it, and to be honest, I had so many positive comments. That was another thing I was very nervous about, is I've seen so many people on social media who get terrible, nasty, negative comments that are totally unwarranted. So I was terrified about that because of my age. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just kind of bumbling along and just kind of showing you guys my stuff. And then of course I am blind in one of my eyes, so I kind of expected a lot of heat about that, and thankfully I haven't received any negative comments or feedback. I've had a lot of constructive criticism, which I'm totally open to and very happy to receive. Any kind of feedback is always very gratefully accepted here. So I thought for my 500 subscriber video, I would tell you guys a little bit more about myself. I've shared a couple little things here and there, but I haven't really shared a ton of stuff. So I thought I would just kind of answer some questions that I came up with myself that are just kind of common questions. And I thought we would start there. So the first one is kind of a bonus question. There's actually 11 questions, but the first one is age. I have mentioned a few times my age, and at this current moment, I'm 46 and I will be 47 in the fall. So there you go, I am 40 something. My marital status, I am married. I've been married for nearly 14 years. My husband and I met at a nightclub and we actually got married within 6 months. So for everybody around, it was kind of a bit of a shocker that we've made it to 14 years. So anyway, I made it to 14 years, which is kind of a shock considering a lot of people I've dated in the past. I don't think I've even gotten past a year with most of my relationships. So to be married for 14 is quite an accomplishment, and I can't wait for many, many more. And my next question, do I have children? No, I don't. I have one stepdaughter, and she's actually has 2 children of her own, so I'm actually also a step-grandmother, although I call myself grandma. So she has 2 young boys, and yeah, so I have a stepdaughter. She doesn't live in the same town as me. She lives out of town, so we don't get to see her very often. But yes, so I do have a daughter. And, oops, sorry, I lost my questions. Pets. Yes, I have pets. I have 3 kitty cats. I have one SPCA. She's a rescue. I got her at 8 weeks, and she is now 18 years old. I actually had her even before I got married, and I had another kitty back then too, but she's still here. She's still kicking. She's doing really, really well. And then I also have 2 ragdoll cats. The first one I got was Levi, and we got him when we first got married, so he's 14, which makes me really sad. And then we got another ragdoll, and he is a lynx bicolor, and his name is Bailey, and he is 12, and he's a big bruiser guy. We call him Popeye, or I usually call him Biggie. I'll insert a photo and you'll know what I'm talking about. So my occupation, I am actually a housewife now, but my previous occupation, I worked at a university, and I did work in the co-op programs. That's kind of like internships, and I worked there for most of the time. I also had a stint for a while where I did recruiting for the MBA program. I did recruiting and admissions, so I do have quite an administrative background, but I've had so many different jobs. I've been a waitress, I've been a chambermaid, I've done reception at a hair salon, I have been a beer tub girl and a shooter girl, which was quite fun. And I've served pancakes. That was actually probably my favorite job, was when I was a teenager. I worked at Smitty's Pancake House, and I loved it. That was probably one of my favorite jobs. And I also had a stint for a while at the Bay, and I worked in the cosmetics. I worked for Lise Wattier and Biotherm. So I do kind of have a background in cosmetics, if you want to say that, but I was only 18 years old, and anyway, I did work in cosmetics for a short stint as well. I was born in England, and I moved to Canada with my parents when I was 3, and I actually grew up in Winnipeg. That's where I spent most of my life. I went to school there, and I lived there until I was about 24 years old, and then my family, we all moved to the west coast of Canada, and that's where I reside now. And oh, education. I have a degree in commerce. I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree, and I specialized in entrepreneurship, and I do not know a damn thing about business. Not a thing. What I took from university, I think, is to push yourself and to take things one day at a time, and I think that's probably about it, but they have been lifelong lessons. My stepdaughter's actually just finishing school herself, and I kept reminding her to not look at the big picture of what needs to be done, but just look at what needs to be done today and worry about just that. Get through today and then start on with the next. Don't start thinking about what needs to be done next month, next week, tomorrow, or else you'll drive yourself crazy. So that's one thing I got from my university degree. Do I have brothers and sisters? I have one younger brother, and he lives in Australia. Something weird about me. So I thought, I have a lot of weird things about me, but I thought I should tell you guys something my husband thinks is very weird about me. So looking at me, he says, you would think I probably listen to Rihanna or Beyonce or Celine Dion, but I'm a headbanger. I love Motley Crue, Kiss, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi. I guess they're called hair bands. I listen to Poison. That's what you hear in my car, and he just can't believe it when I come pulling up with Van Halen screeching out of my windows. But that's all I listen to. I don't like, I'll listen to the radio and listen to mainstream music, but my real love is headbanging heavy metal. Not crazy like Metallica, that kind of stuff. I just like hair bands. I just love them. And I guess it just reminds me of my youth and what I grew up with. And I've been to many of their concerts. I've been to Bon Jovi many times. Van Halen. I've been to Def Leppard a couple times. I had tickets to Motley Crue, but I sold them. Something else came up, and I really regret that because now they've retired and who knows. But anyway, I really wish I did go to that because they probably are my favorite. But anyway, so that's something that my husband thinks is very weird about me. He says that you would never guess looking at me, but I am a headbanger. My celebrity crush. Well, this kind of stems back to my previous question, Mr. John Bon Jovi. I can't help myself. He's just so cute. I've always liked him since I was a teenager. I had pictures of him on my wall and all that stuff, among many others, but he's continued through the years with me. I have to laugh though. Just recently I heard he's now a beekeeper, and I said that to my husband. I said, you know, I've kind of lost that image of him. And he said, why? You don't find that sexy? He's trying to save the environment. He's a good humanitarian. And I said, I just, you know, when I think of John Bon Jovi, he's got this jean jacket on and that long curly hair with the highlights, and you know what I'm talking about, the tank tops and the tight leather pants. I can't imagine him in a bee suit. It's just not a good image for me, so I just try and block that one out and just remember him as he was. So my last question that I thought you guys might be interested in, what's my favorite TV show? I love reality TV. I love it all. We watch The Challenge, we watch Real World, although I don't think that's on anymore, Survivor, Bachelor, Bachelorette, Summer House, Vanderpump Rules. I love all of them, but my biggest guilty pleasure of them all is Jersey Shore. I can't. My husband says, don't tell anybody we watch that, but we love it. It just doesn't get old. Even though they've grown up, sort of, they've now rebooted the show, and now they're older and married or engaged and having families and all that kind of stuff. They're still so crazy, and you just can't make up the stuff that they do. It's just a lot of fun to watch, and we really, really enjoy it. So anyway, I hope that kind of answers some questions about myself. If ever you've been interested, or if you have questions for me, put them down below. I'm happy to answer anything. I'm kind of sort of an open book, I guess. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here to say thank you so much to all of you who have stuck with me this year. It has been a learning process for me, starting at the very beginning, as I mentioned, in my kitchen, and I used my iPhone. I had no idea what I was doing, and now I have a actual filming room and lighting, and I'm super, super excited to continue this journey and just build my channel. So if you have any suggestions or feedback, I greatly appreciate it and welcome it. And thank you all for joining me today and continuing your support for me. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.